guys, and welcome to Showbiz Insider and our summer review. I'm Zoe, and this is Movida Dubai. So in this edition, we're going to look back at some of the biggest entertainment events of the entire year so far. That's film, fashion, music, and the arts. We're going to start off going back to February, which is a huge month for concerts in Dubai. We got to hang out with rock and roll legends at the Jazz Fest. Gear up for a musical marathon of greats. Toto, Santana and Sting, British rock band James, singer-songwriter David Gray, and Grammy-winning trumpeter Chris Botti. It was a lineup of legends. Veteran rockers and super nice guys Toto have collectively sold more than 40 million albums worldwide. They delivered a powerhouse performance and a rollercoaster ride of 4 decades of music. We caught up with the iconic guitarist Steve Lukather, master producer David Petch and keyboard genius Steve Porcaro to talk latest album and 40 years dominating the music biz.
Well, lyrically, we've lived the lives we've lived, and the older we get, the more experience you have, and the more meaningful things I think you have to say and want to say and communicate to everybody.
And creatively, like when you get together, what's the dynamic? Has it changed a lot over, as you said, 50 years?
We try to keep from punching each other out. Yeah, really, pretty much.
We have a great shorthand. It helps us get right to the point.
Jazz highlight of the festival was the set from trumpeter Chris Botti and his band featuring Sting. Intoxicating and haunting, it's the kind of sound that gives jazz its soul. Botti and classical violinist Caroline Campbell were passionate and spellbinding. And singer Cy Smith brought the stage to life with a rendition of In the Wee Small Hours. Transcendent musicians who have intense relationships with their instruments. You could just take us back to the very beginning and tell us why the trumpet? What was it that drew you to that instrument over anything else when you were so young?
Well, I think it's certainly the power of television. When I was a kid in the United States, the Johnny Carson show was very big, the Tonight Show, and they had this fantastic trumpet player, Doc Severinsen, playing. So that's what I initially saw when I was 8 years old, started playing the trumpet. And then by the time I was 12, I heard Miles Davis's tone, his tone on his trumpet on the My Funny Valentine album, and I was struck like a lightning bolt.
Sting, of course, delivered his own brand of sophistication and professionalism as he cruised through old hits Field of Gold, Roxanne, and Every Little Thing She Does Is Magic.
Well, I'm just looking forward to Sting.
Favorite Sting song? Fields of Gold. Englishman in New York.
Jazz is just like a cool event, it's to get away from the normal party life of Dubai into something a little bit more nostalgic.
featuring Santana, David Gray, and James. It was an outstanding music festival. Next up, time travel to April and a roller coaster ride of pop culture at Comicon. It's official, pop culture, superheroes and super geeks have taken over Dubai. From Deadpool to Darth Vader, it's been 5 years since The Force Awakened, and the mission for the masses is to just embrace it.
Think about comic books. The Amazing Spider-Man, The Incredible, you describe who you are and then you name your title. So my existence, my delivery, Daryl McDaniels is my name, but I became the devastating mic-controlling DMC.
Yes, DMC, that's just the way it is. And it's growing, guys. So Arafat, we're expecting 70,000 fans down here this weekend. Let's talk a little bit about the huge growth of Comicon over 5 years.
It's been pretty exceptional. We're very, very grateful. We started first year, 15,000 people, which is not bad for a first-time event. But yes, last year we touched 54,000. This year, from all likelihood, from what we can see, we will reach our target of close to 70,000 people.
Let's talk about the rise of pop culture in the Middle East. What is it about pop culture that everybody just loves over here?
I think it just transcends boundaries. There's something for everyone.
Celebrity guests included Hollywood stars and cult legends. Top billing went to Game of Thrones star Nikolaj Coster-Waldau, who talked season 6 and favorite characters.
I think when we started out on Game of Thrones, I mean, my biggest hope in the beginning was that we would make it to season 3, because on a personal level, I knew that with Jaime Lannister, there was a big arc that would happen in those seasons. So that was just so exciting. What's unique, I guess, is that it's all over the world and it's still difficult to grasp in a way.
The diverse panel of celebs featured wrestling superstar Randy Orton, actress Veronica Taylor, and hip-hop legend DMC, who's moving into comic strips. So they were the stars, and here are Dubai's very own fantasy superheroes, prepping to create main stage madness and test their geek worthiness at the famous cosplay competition.
My name is Hayes. The character is Darius from League of Legends. It's a really good game. It's an arena type-based game.
Talking cosplay, ever wondered who created the ultimate cozy? Darth Vader himself? Well, meet Brian Muir.
I sculpted the original Darth Vader. The mask and the helmet was done from a little tiny sketch I got from John Mollo, the wardrobe designer. Just a small line sketch from one angle, and then I used that to create Vader from.
From Star Wars to comic collector wars, Metropolis displayed millions of dollars worth of vintage comic books. So the comic comes first, but then it's movie mayhem. The Cine Club screened exclusive trailers and classic genre films. Bilal, the region's first animated feature film, was revealed. Plus, we had sneak previews of locally produced The Worthy, which is to be released in October.
The Worthy is the latest Imagination film. It's directed by Emirati Ali Mustafa, which is his second film with Imagination. The film is a post-apocalyptic thriller that's set in the future in a world where all the water supplies were contaminated, and there's a small group of survivors.
Gaming geeks headed to the Master Zone to test their skills with tournaments and immersive experiences. It's scary, but they're actually living the game. Yep, this year's Comic-Con craziness was intense, and with some of the coolest celebs and local creative talent. Superheroes, super fans, and super geeks. Yep, the force was strong with this one. Intense Comic-Con craziness, and from superheroes to society, after the break we race back to Dubai World Cup.